Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. For those of you who would like to get your car, truck, or Mini Cooper worked on, you live up in the Worcester area, head to Gracie's Garage. Ask for Pete, Sean, or Ethan. They can all help you, and they always carry Bears products. And if you want to learn more about the Q-Post, the vaccines, Tartaria, you go to communityreviews.org. If you want to do some great research, John Mannix and his partner Steve have created a tremendous platform there, and it's free to use. And that's communityreviews.org. And then if you want some great reading material, go to Kevin Richards' books. You got to go back about 2 months into the description box where I listed all these links. And then Kevin Richards got books for little kids and big kids. And then for some great artwork, click on the links from Teo. Okay, so let's, and I want to make mention something that I read from Instagram earlier. The cabal was going to mess with this earth and the people in every way, shape, and form. They were going to mess with our frequency, the frequency of the earth, the resonance, the Schumann resonance, everything. There wasn't anything that they were not going to mess with. So let's go through the people's voice here. So whistleblower exposes cabinet office role for a digital ID deputy director. Let's go ahead and dig into that one a little bit. So it says a whistleblower leaked an internal civil service job advert for an 81,000 senior civil service position. The role advertised is for a digital deputy director and is described as leading the operational delivery of digital ID across government and delivering a transformative national capability. So the British government appears to be accelerating plans for its controversial digital ID program behind closed doors. This is what they were going to do all over, not just to the British. They were going to do it everywhere, folks, everywhere. And then prominent rabbi blames psychic animal spirit, not Israeli actions, for the world turning against Israel. Excuse me. They are desperate to blame all this anti-Israel stuff on anybody but themselves. As far as I know, looking back on it, I don't think the Israeli government has ever taken credit for anything that they've done bad. In fact, I'm trying to think of anything good that they've done. I really can't think of anything good that they've done. Everything they do has to do with war against its neighbors, war against anybody and everybody. They're nuts. The Zionists, and we're going to hear more about this today, but Zionism is something that has got to be crushed. It has got to be completely done away with. And then USDA, in fact, we need to do away with anything radical, any sort of religion that's radical. And Zionism is not a religion. People think it is, but it's not. It's a political movement. USDA fast tracks experimental self-amplifying messenger RNA injections for cats and dogs without safety testing. They were after our pets even. They were going to kill anything and everything that we cared about. Our families, ourselves, our animals, you name it. And then Apple's darkest project yet, collaborating with the WEF to read your brain and control behavior. Now, the important thing here to remember is that the WEF does not exist anymore. It's in name only. Keep that in mind. WEF, WHO, all of them, they've all been dismantled. And the top people have already been dealt with. But the fact is, this is about expose and disclose. This is for the normies out there so that they understand what was going to happen to them. Where was this world headed? Well, it was headed toward major collapse. It was headed towards in major depopulation. That's what they were going to do. And then the FDA tells manufacturers to stop marketing breast binders to gender-confused girls. You know, these people, there isn't anything that they weren't willing to do to children, to harm them, to destroy them. Because without the children, we don't have a future. This world has no future. Not just us in this country, but all around the world. And that's what they were out to do. They were going to destroy the children. And then Iran vows swift and harsh response to U.S. or Israeli military aggression. Remember, who controls Israel? Trump and the military. Or I should say the military and Trump. So who controls Iran? The same thing. The military and Trump. Okay? And you might as well say you can put Putin and Xi Jinping in there as well. Okay? They're all working behind the scenes for peace throughout the world. They're all working to roll this plan out. And there's a lot to be done. And then following talks with Netanyahu, Trump warns Iran that U.S. could strike again. So when we bombed Iran the first time, what were we bombing? Because there's no nuclear weapons that work anymore. Hasn't been for quite some time. And so what were they bombing? They were bombing tunnels deep down there that were the mullahs were using for child trafficking and to collect data. So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind too that the military and Trump, they control Iran and Israel. And then judge warns Bill Gates facing life in prison for murdering millions via messenger RNA. As we all know, Bill Gates and his wife were hung back in, I think it was 2013 over in India. It was because of the horrible side effects of the vaccine back then. It murdered so many people. And so the people in this one village, they were pissed and they hung him. They killed him. So this is just theater. It's just part of the scripted movie. And then patent for Apple's new earbuds will allow them to read your brain waves without consent. Well, considering that some people have not much of a brain, there's not much to read for some people. However, all the jokes aside, they were going to read and scan your brain. They were going to keep tabs on you morning, noon, and night. I mean, that's just, you think about Alexa and all these other high-tech things that people put into their homes. They know everything you're doing. And so they're going to know not only what you're doing, but they're going to know what you're thinking as well. And then official study finds and by the way, It also tells you how corrupt and evil, perhaps, Apple is. Keep that in mind. And then official study finds ultra processed foods cause lung cancer. You know, people are beginning to realize this whole thing with processed foods and all the crap that's in them. There's so much crap. There's things in there we have no idea of. I mean, we're just learning the stuff that they've been putting in our food. It's like, oh my word. Really? Not just human meat. That's almost like nothing in comparison to some of the stuff they're putting in there. Anyway, it's all about expose and disclose. That's all for now. God bless y'all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.